What's up, everybody? It's VinaFan here, and this is my first video with my own commentary. I finally got my mic, and so we are going to take this for a spin. For my first video, I was gonna go back to one of my favorite decks. It's the one based on Verity Circle, and the deck does is basically halt our opponent's aggressive strategy and try to win in one of the ways in which we have in here. And you'll see those hopefully. I'll say those of you who have already watched my other Verity Circle video may know how I win with it. We're going against the Bloody Hammer. So this deck is very situational. If I don't get Verity Circle, it can struggle really hard. But I do have some ways to basically try to survive until then. Opponent's playing black-white so far. I assume this is going to be Mardu. No. So, Merfolk Trickster is one of our, I guess you can say, power players, because what you can do is either halt an attack, or you can, in the case of this creature, after it attacks, play Merfolk Trickster so it loses its ability, and then block it so nothing happens, which is what I'm going to do. So when I block it, he actually won't get a token. And Merfolk Trickster works just phenomenally. The Gatebreaker Ram, Merfolk Trickster trades with it after it removes its ability, so can be very useful against gate decks. Or any strategy that doesn't play a lot of creatures, basically. Looks like our opponent may be afraid to attack. Oh. Well, we are going to trade again. We draw another Merfolk Trickster, but no land, so we're going to have to pass here. We have another Afterlife card, so most likely our Merfolk Trickster is going to come in handy again here. Psychic Corrosion. I do want to get that started, so I'm going to go ahead and play them. Gonna have to take 2 here, but that's not that bad. Opponent's going in for 2. No choice but to let that happen. And our opponent does nothing. Okay. Mill 2 lands. We have a plethora of options here. I think we're just going to pass our turn. Our opponent just revitalizes, that's fine. Opponent plays Kaya. Kaya can be annoying, but since this deck usually taps all their creatures, we should have a fairly easy time taking her out. We're going to go ahead and take the 2. Could have tapped it with Depose Deploy, but we may need that later. Guess I'll tap that. And he mills 2 cards. Here we're going to attack Kaya. Gonna go ahead and play out Tezzeret. Make a deuter. And pass turn. Our opponent likely plays Vraska's Contempt. There you go. But we have the ability to tap 2 of his creatures and attack for 3, so Kaya likely dies here. Kaya did not exile our Merfolk Trickster and gain 2 life for our opponent. Okay. Our opponent does not attack. So we are going to tap his creature for him. Oh, there's our Verity Circle. We're going to attempt to take out Kaya here. Looks like we get to. Perfect. And we are going to get down our Verity Circle. Getting down Verity Circle and Psychic Corrosion it just makes it so much faster to mill them out, especially if they have an aggressive deck. This opponent, I may block this just to get the 2 tokens so I can tap both of them and, you know, mill him faster. We're going to do 2 white to play Dawn of Hope. Swing in with the team. Does 1 life. Opponent Cleansing Novas. Oh no. Well, that does kill his enchantment too. So won't be taking damage every turn. So that's fine. We are going to flash in Merfolk to trade with it so it does not create any tokens. Just going to swing in for 2. So our first Verity Circle is down. It's going to mortify our Merfolk Trickster. Okay. It's fine with me. Another Kaya. It's kind of annoying. We do draw our Teferi, which is amazing. I'm gonna draw a card. There's our Psychic Corrosion. We have 4 cards in exile. We'll give him the Forsaken Sanctuary. It comes in tapped. Okay. Gonna put out our Psychic Corrosion. Draw it Teferi. Mill our opponent. And pass turn. Untap, untap. Give our opponent land. Opponent is over halfway through their deck. He does have another Mortify. I believe that's Mortify number 3. Yes. Draw to Fairy. Play an island and pass. And submit. Our opponent actually doing card is kind of good for us because it's like he's drawing 2 cards. So if we ever get down Psychic Corrosion again, it'll be a little easier to mill him out. Just draw a card to Fairy. Ixalan's Binding. I think I'm going to use that on Kaya because she can deal 10 damage to me right now. Well, not right now, but if she ultimates. So our opponent likely has more enchantment removal, but I think it's important to not take 10 damage. Opponent got Vraska's Contempt, of course. Your opponent's starting to make tokens. We draw more land. Since we have 2, I'm just going to go ahead and Time of Ice. You know, the art on Time of Ice kind of looks like a... You know what, I'm not going to say it. I think we can figure it out. Our opponent's doing something. Costly Plunder, okay. Just 16 cards left. $14. Hey, you can draw more cards. $13. Okay, our opponent is drawing more cards. Just fine with me. He's at 11 cards. Discovery. So he'll be at 10 at most. Does not put anything in the graveyard, okay. And we will tap his token. Play a land, and we will pass. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Opponent takes down 4. Revival and Revenge. Or, yes, Revival, Revenge. Okay. Draw another Settle. We're gonna River's Rebuke here. It's not the best play, but it does save us a turn for his Ill-Gotten Inheritance. He replays it over and replays card. You can have a land. He'll probably just minus next turn and get the inheritance. Seraph is no problem. We cannot get off these lands, and I believe that is a game, sadly. Because our opponent, well, they may not have enough. This costs 6. Oh, nope, never mind. There it is. Opponent can just Ill-Gotten Inheritance and kill us. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and concede here. I don't know why our opponent didn't finish us off there. So our opponent unfortunately had enough enchantment removal to basically just get rid of our cards, and then we drew lands, and so, but let's try it again. We were going that for a little bit, but opponent got 3 of their Mortifies. Sad Panda. Okay, we do have Verity Circle here. Yeah, I think this is good. Gonna keep this. And yes, this deck does lose horribly against control strategies. Just basically non-interactive, but you know, not every deck can beat everything. turn. Gonna go ahead and Verity Circle. So we have a black-white night deck here. Okay. So what I can do here is sleep, and I'll draw 3 cards. That's what I'm gonna do. We get another Verity Circle, land, and Merfolk Trickster. We will discard the island. He creates another token. Plays an axe. Demonic Vigor. When it dies, return to its owner's hand. Gonna play a land and just gonna hold up settle here. These days people usually play around settle, but let's see if our opponent does. Usually people can telegraph settle, and he does. So we're gonna go ahead and settle. Equips the axe to Danatha. He passes turn. We are going to Time of Ice on the Danatha and draw a card. And we will pass turn. Moving the axe over. Gonna wait till he goes to attack step to tap it. And we'll block. We are going to play out our Tezzeret, poop out a Deuter. Actually, we'll hold up Depose. So all of his creatures that he currently has on the field will return to his hand. It's fine with me. Actually surprised he didn't move over the axe there. Go ahead and tap that. And there's our Psychic Corrosion. Opponent has another history. Alright. Play our planes here. We're gonna Psychic Corrosion. Verity Circle. Play our Arrestor as a blocker. Poop out another Deuter. And we'll swing for 1. Yeah. Show him who's boss. Okay. See what our opponent plays out of their hand. Novice Knight. Opponent does okay. Just block. The good thing about his knights is they have vigilance, and so we can still tap them after they attack. So here we can tap 5 creatures, draw 10 cards, and mill them for 20, leaving them with 21 cards, and I think that's what we're going to do. We got our third Verity Circle. And what this also does is neuters his history of Banali because all his knights will be tapped. Okay. Play out the Arrestor. Play out Dawn of Hope. Play out a land. And attack with Ornithopter. And we'll pass. Discard Island. And our planes. I think we're pretty good on mana right now. Okay, that allows us to draw another card. We need 8 more draws. Yeah. 7. Going to play out our Verity Circle here. We could just return all his cards back to his hand, which doesn't sound like a bad idea. Let's see. I believe we have 4 draws at the moment. We have Merfolk Trickster tapping this guy, and that's 3, and then 1 here. I think we're just gonna make a token. Yeah, let's River's Rebuke here. Attack with our, I don't know why I tapped with those, but mistakes happened. But we should have the win here. Whatever creatures they replay, we can tap them, draw cards, and mill them. So we should have the win. Because Tezzeret draws us 2 cards. And Trickster draws us 3. And we can use Verity Circle's activate ability to tap another creature and draw another 3 cards. And that should do it. Or we can just play the other Psychic Corrosion and draw 2 cards with Tezzeret. And that will do it. Discard, whatever. Okay. Got 1,000 gold here. Nice. And I think I'm gonna buy a pack here. Why not? Going to get, let's do Rivals. Okay. This is one of those sort of situational cards that I want to make a deck around, because I don't believe I've seen anyone make a deck out of that. Maybe we can go well in a mono red build, possibly. We'll have to see. But that's going to be it for my first video with my commentary. I'm hoping to do more of these. Hopefully, you know, they can be more exciting as I get used to this. And hopefully at some point we can get my face on the screen at some point. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.